Edward Leos. Welcome to Travel Talk, filmed at the Peachtree Rose Marketing Studios and hosted by the hotel guide publisher, Edward Leos.
Good afternoon, everybody. Edward Leos here, your host of the Travel Talk and actually the owner of the hotel guide, but actually joined with my new wife, Roxann. We're happy to be here. We're actually live from Las Vegas, which is kind of a cool thing. We've never done a road trip. We were going to have the background of the Bellagio that's behind us, but the sun is too crazy and just kind of blocking out the light. But we're actually here in a suite and Caesar's Palace. We've been having a great time, and we thought, you know what better way to do a podcast, which we were already talking about doing on Thursdays, than talk a little bit about maybe how our honeymoon kind of happened and what we're doing here in Vegas or what we did here in Vegas. So maybe talk about some of the cool tips and cool things that we haven't, that we could use for some of our listeners and readers out there, but also just to kind of say, hey, this is what's kind of going on in our world. So have you enjoyed the honeymoon so far, Roxann?
It's been great. Lots of amazing food. My feet hurt just a little bit from all the walking that we've done, but overall, I mean, it's just been an amazing time.
Yeah, you're talking about walking, and I think that's one of the big things when you come to Vegas. I think we saw like a meme on Instagram about when people say, hey, it's just right over there, and it's like 45-minute walk away. Yeah. It literally is like that. And I think that's one of the things when you're coming to Las Vegas, it's really great to be able to kind of go see what everything is. But we're here in the summertime, so it has been extremely hot. We've been here before in January when we walked everywhere. But when we're here today, actually the last few days, it's been on average, 107, 106.
Yeah.
And so, yep, we're from Texas. That's still very hot for us. This is very hot for Vegas time, even though they're saying this is kind of average temperature right now. But we tried to do a lot of walking. We did. I think we averaged maybe
15 to 16,000 steps a day.
Yeah. About 15 to 16,000 steps a day, which didn't even cover an appetizer of the kind of food that we ate. So we didn't even make a dent in walking that off. But it was pretty cool to try and do a little bit of exercise at the same time. But we did get to see some great sights. We stayed at 2 great properties, and we had some pretty cool dining experiences too. So we're both foodies, and so we would probably spend our last dollars on food, which is great. The experiences side of things, right?
I agree.
So we started out at Resort World when we first came in. They hosted us. Such a great property. It's very, very unique. What were some of the things that you loved about the property?
Just the feeling of it. I mean, they have some really great places to eat. I like their food court. I also liked the bar when you first walk into the Conrad and the lady was playing the piano. That was really a really great experience to come in and there's this music and everyone's greeting you.
Yeah, it was karaoke, and this one guy wasn't doing too bad.
Yeah, better than I would.
Better than I would for sure. But at least it was kind of entertaining coming in there. Yeah, the entrance we came in on the Conrad was really cool. It was unique because of the fact that there's 2 properties within one. One of the things that we loved about there at Resort World is there's so much there, so many restaurants. They got a cool food court, very international vibe to it, which was really good. They had a Texas barbecue one, and we're like, well, I don't know. We're in Vegas. Maybe not.
Try something different.
We'll stick with Texas, when we get back, having some barbecue there, which actually sounds like a great idea when we get back home later today. Yes. So that's something that we really, really love. One of the first things we did when we got into Vegas was we went to this place called 1923 Live, and it's in the Venetian. It's a speakeasy, and there's 2 of them. There's another one in the Mandalay Bay, but the 1923 Live that we went to was amazing. Yes. They had us set up at a reserved table right at the front, and they had this guy on one-man show on a piano, basically just playing, singing songs, and just the vibe of everyone there on the Saturday evening was just pretty cool. I mean, it really was. We were there at I think 10:30 in the evening, and it was open till about 1 o'clock. One of the things that we love, or that I love, was obviously the ambiance. But what did you think about the drinks?
The drinks were very unique. They were just something that you wouldn't even think about mixing. but man, were they delicious.
Yeah, they were. We actually got to try, I think, an appetizer of a bacon, which was kind of interesting to have as well. We had some cool chips that were homemade as well. But it was a great way for us to start, kind of start the honeymoon off. We were being hosted by them, got to experience that 1923 life. If you're ever in Vegas looking for a good speakeasy, that is a great place to kind of go out there. It's right also next to the Ice Bar, which is a whole nother level of experiences there as well. So again, Resort World was really cool. The 1923 live was really, really a cool experience. One of the things that I know Roxann wanted to do when we came here, she is a big Gordon Ramsay fan. Probably would have left me in a heartbeat if she met him here. But we went to his namesake, Hell's Kitchen, and we went to go eat lunch there. And tell me about the experience at Hell's Kitchen.
I mean, I am a big Gordon Ramsay fan. Any restaurant that I can find that has his food, I want to eat there. I want to have the experience. And he never lets me down. It was amazing. The lobster risotto is always on point. I had it the last time we came to Vegas, and it was definitely a must-have. But I had the salmon, and it was spectacular.
No, it was. I mean, that experience, I think the experience at Hell's Kitchen is just amazing. We were very close to the kitchen, so we got to see them preparing the food at the same time. I think the service was outstanding. Yes. Obviously, the food was amazing too. And then, when you walk in, you're seeing all of the things that you can buy from him and stuff, which is really cool. I mean, the cookbooks to the covers for being a chef, just really cool vibe to that. We joked because we walked there and we kind of walked through hell to get there because it was like 100 and something degrees.
So hot.
And we were just like not happy about it because we thought, it's not that far, but it is what it is. We actually had started that day out at the Vegas sign, the Las Vegas sign, which is iconic. We've never taken a photo there. So we were like, let's go there. And we were there kind of early. Yeah. And what was there when we got there?
A long line. So if you're going to go, definitely wake up early because we got there at, was it 9 or?
Probably 9:30.
Yes. And there was already a long line.
Yep. It was a long line. And if anyone knows me out there, I'm impatient. And so I married another person who's impatient. And so we didn't stand in line. We went off to the side and we're like, okay, we're just going to take these photos here. If there's someone in the background, I have Photoshop, I'll edit them out. But we got our photos and then went to Mandalay Bay and checked that out for a little bit. And then we decided, we ain't walking anymore. We're taking an Uber to the next spot, which was really cool. So that was a really good evening right there. You're talking about Hell's Kitchen on that day. But the evening, we're going to go into more food because we just love the food. But Resort World has this amazing steakhouse. It's called Carver Steak. That was impeccable. Yes. It's award-winning. It's got so many awards, best chef, best new restaurant, and they hosted us. And oh my God, tell us a little bit about what you thought about that restaurant.
I mean, it's beautiful. The service, just the aesthetic of everything is gorgeous. And the food was even more elevated. I mean, the food.
No, it was amazing. I had a Wagyu steak for the first time ever, and it was just on point. One of the cool things I loved about this steakhouse, they came by and they opened up this box that had about 8 different knives to choose from. And they're all different and unique. And you pick the kind of knife you want to cut your steak with. And I picked this knife that was Japanese style. Great handle. And it was just, I was like, I never held anything like that. It was so cool. It's weird to be talking about utensils when you're talking about the food and everything that went, but we had an experience there that was amazing. Yes. Jason was our host and he was the epitome of hospitality. If I was doing a class on how to be a great waiter and be excellent in hospitality, I would use that guy, Jason, in a heartbeat. In fact, we told him next time we come back, we will request him. And he was like, sure enough, he loved everything that we were doing as well. So
his service was great. From the moment we got there, he welcomed us with champagne. He also brought us a caviar starter. And we've never had caviar before. but it was so delicious and delectable. Like, I can't even explain the food.
It was. And I think that's the good thing is that when you're being hosted by properties and stuff, that's the time you can really try new things. And so when you're trying new things, it kind of gives you, you get out of the bubble. And, you're used to like, oh, I just want to do a steak. I want to do this and that. But when you try different things, it's just different. When you talk about trying different things, let's talk about Caspian's. Caspian's Caviar Bar in the here in the Caesar's Palace. What did we eat at Caspian's?
So we wanted to try the caviar again, and they have on their menu, they just opened, by the way, in January of this year, and it's Pringles. So it's Pringles topped with caviar.
Yep.
And did you like it?
It was amazing.
It was so good.
It was amazing. Not the price, but it was amazing otherwise. But it was literally 2 Pringles chips with some caviar on each one, and they just tasted amazing. Then we got some deviled eggs that was also sprinkled with some caviar on it. Never had that before. So Roxann really loves making deviled eggs. I told her I'm never going to eat deviled eggs without caviar anymore. So we got to add that to the mix as well. So that's some really good stuff. And let's end it with a couple of other of our food spots, since we always talk about that. Okay. On the Strip, but across from Resort World, Tacos El Gordo. Okay. That just makes me salivate already. I had stumbled across this a year or so ago when I was here with my son, and we stumbled on this taqueria, and it was just amazing. So we went back 2 times while we were here in Vegas. Not only is it inexpensive, $4 a taco, but also everything is homemade, cooked and cut right in front of you. The vibe is so cool. Yeah. It's like you're in Mexico, basically. Yeah. This firm is based out of Nuevo León, and they bring that vibe to the Strip. And man, that place is packed all the time. Yep. We stopped in there for lunch on the way to the Mob Museum yesterday, which we got to talk about in a minute. But it was like amazing. We had 3 tacos. They were filled with guacamole, with cilantro, onions, everything, just impeccable. And don't forget the salsa, because that salsa, the salsa is out of this world. I'd like to say it's better than my mom's. It's not, but it's really right up there.
It's very good. The red salsa you just wanted to add more and more.
So let's end this with a couple of cool places to go and places to see. One of the things we did yesterday, actually we'll do 3 things. One of the things we did yesterday was going to the Mob Museum. Anyone who knows me knows I love the mob. I love mafia movies, I love all of that stuff. So we went to this museum that's actually amazing. We were there for 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, yeah.
2.5 hours, and it just gives you the history of the mafia and gangs and how it all started from immigrants to where we are now, and how they go about catching members and stuff like that. We even heard from a son who was part of the mafia, who basically ended up wearing a wire and turned his dad in. And he talked about how he got out of the life and how he's doing what he's doing now. And he's really helping people by telling people about the mafia and everything that's going on. Really cool vibe, really unique things. What did you take away from that place?
The history of the building where it's at, and just the going through time, literally, to see how Vegas evolved and became what it is today. It was really interesting.
Yep. If you go, definitely end the tour with going to the speakeasy in the basement. Really neat vibe. We were on our way to dinner, so we didn't partake in any libations, but there was a lot of people who were doing that while they were there. So think about that as well. One of our other favorite experiences when we went was the Bellagio Gardens. Bellagio, as you know, is famous for not only their water show, which we saw last night, but we also got to see the gardens and just the uniqueness of it. Those change per season. That is a must-see when you come into Vegas.
Definitely.
Yes.
The smell in there.
Yep.
From all the flowers.
It's a smell, and it's Instagrammable. I mean, holy cow, everywhere you go, there's photos, videos, there's perfect spots. But there's nowhere crazier than the Fremont experience that we went to. Oh, my God. So Roxann had never been down to Fremont. Obviously, I'd been there before. So when we went, it was late afternoon, early evening time. and the debauchery was already beginning. Oh my Lord. So yeah, I'll let you give your takes on Fremont.
I mean, it's definitely a sight to see. You never know what you're gonna see when you turn a corner. It was very interesting, but definitely an experience. We walked through Circa. We checked out some of the older hotels down there, the Golden Nugget, and definitely an experience. You have to at least go once.
Yeah, it was definitely an experience for sure. We got to see Moana, a guy dressed as Moana dancing. So I'll never, that is etched in my brain. Like, he's listening to a Selena band, and he's dancing as Moana. And I was just Moana, like, I am definitely in Fremont experience here. And it's a cool vibe. If you're in Vegas, you definitely got to go check it out. You got to put that on your list. So you got the sign, you got to take your photo. You got to see the fountains at Bellagio. Going through the shops at Caesars is amazing. Make it out to Resort World because they've got some incredible food. Great vibe in terms of how the layout of the casino is. I think it's a little bit more open than a lot of the older casinos, which is great. And just a selection of food that's we didn't even talk about the pizza that we had there. But there's a pizza place there that's just amazing. And so one last tip that we wanted to tell everybody, we're about, you've seen some things on social media about the price of water at a hotel. I think there was one that was charging $25. So if you want to have a kind of a hack to Vegas, go to CVS, go to Walgreens. It's on the Strip. Get yourself some water for $4.99, $2.99 for a 6-pack or whatever. Bring that back to your hotel because
definitely.
Last night we were thirsty. We stopped in the gift shop to get two waters. And it was $13, and that was just insane. We see people in the elevator; they had their Target bags with water, and we asked them how much they paid, and it was $2.99. Yeah. So it's just like insane. So that's a hack right there. The other thing is be careful when you come in the summertime. We went to the pool early, about 9:30 yesterday, for about an hour and a half because we went in the afternoon at Resort World. And it's just hot. Even in the shade, it was really, really hot. So you got to take care of yourself when you come in the summertime. That heat is no joke.
Yeah.
Even especially if you're drinking, alcohol is not going to be a good thing when you're out in the heat. So make sure you're hydrated. But, you got an opportunity to kind of find a place that you can go out there and get the water for cheap. That's kind of our takeaway. Any other last thoughts before we sign off here?
No. I mean, the food was amazing. We had a really great time and made lots of memories.
Oh, definitely. If you come to Vegas, memories are going to be abound. It always says what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Obviously, it's not with us because we're putting it out there. And you're going to see more of our stuff on the Hotel Guide for some reels coming up. We've got some great content with regards to photos and images. We've just been really thankful for the people that were hosting us for our honeymoon. We call it Eddie and Roxy's Vegas honeymoon. And you guys get to be a part of it by hearing about it. So again, please like, please share, please subscribe to the Hotel Guide. Obviously on the YouTube channel. When we put this out there, please do the same there. And I guess until next time, travel, make memories, and then we'll talk to you soon. Everybody, take care.
Bye.
Bye.